Okay, we have all the components in, but here I have labels here. Unfortunately, labels are not in my update here. Okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna have to change those around. Let's come in here and just change those. Instead of them being labeled, let's convert it all to text. Right, let's copy or delete all of these first and just replace it. Right, and rename, speed it up. Let's speed it up. Okay, I've finished renaming it, so let's come back in here. So that becomes TXT biology.text, then comma TXT, and that's total dot text, dot text, and TXT average dot text, comma TXT ranking. Try that again. TXT ranking dot text. Okay, hopefully that should take care of. Yeah, so let's run it and see what's gonna happen. So if I enter any data in here, okay, no, let's enter whatever in here for now. It should hopefully be able to update. Yeah, you see that, guys? Okay, let's update. Yeah, and let's see what about my delete. Okay, yeah, I can delete as well. And supposing I mistakenly, yeah, select a row. Okay, select a row, there's no title. I'm gonna have to take care of that. Rule selected there. Supposing I want to clear everything. Clear, that's good. Alright, now I need a reset to clear everything. So for the resets, let's come right here, double click on reset and enter the following function. Maybe paste it right underneath here. The following function there, and this function I will now have to call it right in here. Okay, so the other lines of code would be to take care of the RT transcript dot clear. Then there is one more thing for the combo box. Let's clear the combo box as well. Dot the items dot clear. Right, okay, that should take care of all the clear. So for the resets, there they are. A function declared or written to clear all of the text box, and this function is to clear the other component that are not text box. So if I run the program now, and let's say we enter any data in here, student number, name, we don't have anything in there yet. Okay, alright, so we can always update that. We can delete whatever we don't want. We can clear that, and we can also reset. Let's say we have some data in here. Okay, let's click on reset. That's it, everything gone apart from this. So let's see what happened to that. So come back preset, and in there maybe it's going to be text dot text equals. Let's see if that's going to work for that. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is for this combo box, let's select course code. So double click on that on the form load, cmd course code dot add items dot item dot hard. So let's say this is the course code. So that's the course code. So let's have like three more course code. Let's see, this is 88, and here we have 77 and 66. Those are the course code. So let's come up here and just enter one of those, and the text equals there. So when we run it, that is it until we select. Alright, then we enter our data in there. Now the other thing is we need to do the calculation to determine the total, average, and the ranking. But before then, let's clear everything. I'm going to select all of these, select all of these as one. I'm just here. Okay, let's try it again. Select it all, and that is just a ranking. Okay, because this will only accept, I want it to only accept numeric values. So let's come into key price. Let's go back. We need the key. Yeah, there we go. So let's just call that numbers underscore only. The numbers only in here we enter as follows. If ASCII key dot key price key char equals to 8, then if ASCII again is less than that, or if ASCII is greater than 57, then e dot handled equals true. There. So that should take care of all of those text boxes that are selected. You can see the event is key press for all of them. Okay, have a good look at it. Alright, I can just break it up here. There we go. And that is it. If I run it, I can enter whatever character I want in here. That is fine. But in here, I will not be able to enter whatever character. I can only enter numbers. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In here, I cannot enter anything, but if I select numbers, you see, so that's the whole purpose of that very line of code. Okay, that takes care of numeric values only. Now let's take care of the ranking here. Double click on the ranking right there. Maybe I should just declare the following. I'm going to call it, just declare an array. So let's say I, or let's say result, R for result, make that 15 as double. This has double because I'm going to find the average, and we need it to calculate everything accurately. Or maybe we can go for numeric value, but let's see first. R equals, so let's select R. The first value will be 0 equals txt math.text. Right, let's make it by value, so that means whatever is in there, if there's nothing there, it will default to 0. Right, and the next one, what is the next one? The next one is supposed to be business studies, txt business studies. Okay, there. So I suppose you guys get the whole idea. I will now speed that up. Okay guys, I have all of the data that will be entered in an array, so let's add them all up, then we divide it by 8. As you can see, we have 0, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subjects. So let's go for R8 equals R0 plus 1, 2. Okay, that will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There. Okay, that's the very first one. So let me go for another R. That will be R9. R9 equals everything here. Okay, as for R8, let's divide that by 8 to give us the average. There. Now, we now want txt total dot text equals R9. There. Then the next one, we want the average now. txt average dot text equals R8. There. Okay, we will now use an if statement to determine what. Alright, so in total, if you look at it, you add all of these together, it's 100 each, so that will give us 800. So for first class, let's say it's going to be from 700 and above. So let's enter some values in here. So when we click on that, that should give us that. So we want to find, in the case of this, average is that, so that means it's going to be a first class. So let's come back in here. Should it be no? Okay, let's use total, the value in total to determine. So let's say if total txt total dot text greater than and equals to 700, then txt ranking dot text equals first class. Alright, now copy that. Now let's use else if. Else if it's less than, greater than and equals to 600, that should give us 21. That is how 21 is written. Okay, it's 2I. Now if it's less than and equals to 500, that is 22. You can change it to 22 or 21, that's fine. And this, if it's less than and equals to 400, that is third class. And here, if it's less than and equals to 200, that becomes certificate of higher education. Let's say CO. Okay. Now anything less than that, that'll be a failure. Okay, in here let's just make that, if it's less than and equals to 100, let's enter a fail there. Okay, now the next thing, since we've done all of these, for the following, let's use